What if data could mean the difference between winning a bid and wasting time and effort? Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through how our company restructured its estimating process, faced the challenge of aggressive growth, and learned the power of making decisions based on facts, not hunches. Improving estimating performance isn't something that happens randomly. It's not luck. It comes from operating within a system of well-defined processes. Now, when we talk about high-performance estimating, we're really talking about the systems and processes behind the scenes. In estimating, your system might include processes like soliciting vendor quotes, performing quantity takeoffs, allocating labor costs to tasks, reviewing bids, conducting risk analysis, and transferring project information to the operations team after a win. Now, these aren't random tasks. They are organized processes within a greater system, and they're each and all essential. Now, most of us work within structured organizations, and our estimating processes reflect that. We're not just throwing numbers around. We actually follow a well-established progression. Again, we solicit vendor quotes, we perform quantity takeoffs, we build proposals, and then we engage in post-bid communication. There's nothing haphazard about it. And when I mention high performance estimating and we start talking about performance hacks, I'm not assuming that you're starting from scratch. You are already operating within a framework that functions well. But what if we could refine that even more? That brings me to something I'm really excited about: high performance estimating coaching. My name is Jeremy Baker, and I've spent 20 plus years estimating concrete projects from commercial pads to multi-million-dollar structural foundations. I've trained new hires, built estimating systems, and learned through a lot of hard work that information alone is not enough. Learning what to do is easy. Learning how to do it well and consistently, that's where most companies lose time and money, and good people lose patience. That's why I've created a 3-tier coaching program that builds directly on my free educational YouTube videos and turns knowledge into performance. You watch the videos to learn, you tap into my coaching to apply, execute, and excel. Level 1 videos teach the basics of concrete estimating, such as quantity takeoff, building spreadsheets, and scope development fundamentals. The parallel coaching focuses on nuances and application. Level 2 videos teach intermediate methodology and deeper estimating logic, such as mastering proposal language and developing rock-solid estimates of more complex structures. The parallel coaching to that level helps develop skill at scale in these intermediate estimators. And then we have level 3, and these videos teach data-driven strategy, which help your senior estimators invest your company's resources wisely and profitably. The parallel coaching of these videos develops your lead estimators into company leaders. The YouTube videos teach you everything you need to know. The coaching guides you how to use it, refine it, scale it, and win with it. No sales fluff, no paywall blocking good education, just real training plus guided implementation. If you are a concrete company looking to develop your next estimator hires, or if you're an intermediate estimator wanting to finally level up, or if you're ready to lead with confidence and strategy, then click the link in the description below or head over to highperformanceestimating.com and let's build estimators that change the game. The videos are free, your growth is waiting, let's get to work. Now, before the ad, I started talking about refining your systems or your framework that already functions well, but refining it even more. And that leads us to decision making based on data. In 2020, the leadership team of the company I work for made a decision to reorganize in order to facilitate growth beyond our existing systems of operation. As part of that reorganization, we worked with a consultant named Justin Dora from the Predictive Index. At the same time, we set a bold goal to double our gross revenue in 5 years. Now, spoiler alert, we didn't hit that goal, but we did refine our goal over time as we learned more about our business, and still we saw tremendous growth. And during the process, we gained tremendous insight. And one key takeaway has stuck with me. Justin used a phrase I had never heard before: data, not drama. Now, I've repeated that line over and over again in my personal life and in the business that I work in. It's become a guiding principle. And in estimating, it really does matter, because even as estimators, our systems are structured like we talked about earlier. Our decision making often is not. At the time in 2020, we were operating using a lot of gut instinct. Now, to be fair, a lot of those instincts were right, but we didn't have hard data to prove our hunches. And that's something we've wrestled with on our leadership team. For some people, using data comes naturally. For others, it's harder to break the habit of relying on gut instinct. You'll hear things like, "I know we make money on drilled piers," but the question has to be, do we really make money on drilled piers? Do we have the data to prove it? And that's where estimating performance meets decision making. It's not just about having a system, it's about having data to support your decisions. When you say, "We always do it this way," do you know why? Is it based on numbers, or is it just tradition? And that's why I push data, not drama. The construction industry that we all know so well can be full of drama. Arguments, assumptions, overreactions, we've all seen it. But at our company, we try to eliminate that. And one way we do that is to gather facts. And when we don't have the data we need, we ask, how do we get it? Now, I want to be clear. We're not trying to create more paperwork for somebody. Nobody wants that. We're trying to gather useful information that helps shape better decisions, specifically linked to estimating processes. When we decided to double our revenue at our company, we had to take a hard look at our estimating team. Could they support that growth? At the time, we were restructuring and went from 4 estimator project managers to just 1 estimator. That was me. Now, of course, project managers still helped estimate during the transition as we brought on new estimators, but I carried the estimating load. And that forced us to ask tough questions like, how many man hours does it really take to bid the amount of work needed to hit our revenue targets? After all, we were about to hire more people. How many exactly did we need? To answer that question, we needed data, and not just generic industry statistics. We needed data from within our systems and our processes. So we built it. We started collecting estimating data internally, and it didn't happen overnight. It took at least a full quarter to gather enough to see trends. Some data confirmed our assumptions. Some data forced us to shift our thinking about certain things. Here's the key takeaway. Meaningful change happens inside your current system. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just need to use the tools you already have to start collecting the right information. And one more thing, it takes time, but it's worth it. Once you have the data, it's like turning on the lights in a dark room. Everything becomes clearer. And let me say this, don't stop collecting data, ever. Keep refining your systems, keep streamlining your processes, and I'll share more on that in future hacks, but just know this, the data you collect today will evolve over time. It'll look a little different than the data you gathered a year ago, and that's good. It means that as your business has grown, the data you have gathered has changed to match that growth. To make decisions for next year, you need current data, or at least a running average. Once you start collecting, you'll probably realize there's even more data you want to track, and that's when it gets exciting. That's when you move from guessing to knowing. If you want to grow, if you want to achieve big goals, it's going to take more than instinct. It's going to take data, not drama. Stay tuned on my YouTube channel, and over time, I'll share a lot of specific data to track and a lot of other insight into high performance estimating from the perspective of a commercial concrete company chief estimator. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.